Hey,
Hello, everyone.
hi.
How you feeling, Mike?
Really friggin' tired. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Mike,
Okay.
Mike just got back from Australia, my hometown actually,
Hmm.
and Japan.
Yep.
While I was in London and Germany, and Mark was in San Francisco, and
We really split the
yeah,
team up. It was like a DEF CON had been declared. So we're like we all have to scatter. We can't
yeah,
we can't have one hard target.
yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, so I figured out the Hello Cleveland of game development,
Oh yeah,
which is actually saying Melbourne instead of Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
very weird.
so I pulled
Yeah.
that off at the panel. Everyone was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "That was basically Hello Cleveland."
Cool.
So yeah, that was kind of cool. So what are we doing today?
We are doing the prologue, so we're doing the first hour of the game. And spoiler warning, I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah.
So if you want to start the game, like when you first buy it and you put the disc in and you install it, whatever, and you fire it up, if you want that first experience to be untarnished, then tune out now.
Yeah,
And
go,
we
go
won't blame you.
away.
We won't blame you at all.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's so the thing we will be doing is archiving this, which we do with all of the streams. So Twitch TV/BioWare, I think.
Yep.
And so what you could do, if you're worried but kind of maybe on the fence, you could watch it after we're done.
Yep.
After people have given you impressions like, no, it's not that bad, or heck, yes, it is. Don't watch. Then
Yeah,
that's not a
exactly.
bad call.
Yeah, because we are going to be doing some dev commentary as well.
Yep.
So we wanted to give you guys a bit of an intro to the game, of course, as we go through the prologue, but also talk a little bit about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, we're playing today on an Xbox One.
Yep.
We haven't done that for a while. It was PC last time, for me anyway. And then what's our other awesome news?
Well, we've gone gold.
Yeah, that's like a week out of date, but
Yeah, about time, right?
But I
It's
get
only
to say
been
it.
like years and years and years.
I get to say it. It's exciting.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's a 3-year journey included. So that means we're at the filing stages. Stuff's going off to manufacturing, last patches, all that kind of stuff's happening. It does mean we're a week from release, week and a day.
Week and a day.
Yeah. Early access starts for Xbox One owners tomorrow,
It starts. What's today?
Monday.
What's the date? The
It'll be
11th?
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I don't even know
It's
what
on,
date
it's
it
on that
is.
screen over there.
Oh,
Look.
there you go.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it starts either very late on the 12th or the 13th.
Okay, cool. And then this means also last chance to pre-order for those of you who want to do that.
Yeah, there are some cool bonuses.
Yeah, so to cover some of the big things, there's mounts and thrones and stuff. Also armor, weapons, and you do get kind of a starting weapon right at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
Not immediately, but very close. And then as well, once you get access to full-blown crafting, you get all the schematics. So if you really like that armor, you can
It's
make
cool
it a
armor.
dragon stuff and get it for late game, all kinds of neat stuff. As well, when I was in Australia, I did a deep dive on crafting, so you can go dig that up too.
Yes, that was
That's
cool.
on Spiral's Twitch, which is they were the guys who joined PAX Australia.
Cool.
So
I did a Twitch stream as well.
Nice.
I died.
nice.
Again.
I did one that's not Twitch, but it's in Japan,
Oh, really?
and that was great. The guys
Okay.
were having so much fun. They were
Yeah.
just like, oh, as we saw the dragon and stuff, they were just
Yeah.
blown away. So. And they kept saying, "This is PS4. This is PS4." They were astonished.
Yeah.
It was good fun.
All right.
EA Access looks like the 13th.
13th. There you go.
Yes, thank you, Connell.
Yes, thank you.
He's like our up to the moment research
That's
assistant.
right.
Yeah, with the magnificent beard. Good for him.
Yes.
Okay,
Should we get
so
started?
yeah, let's do this. So, Cam, do you want to talk about kind of the hook on the prologue and some of the thoughts we had when we were developing it?
Yeah, I mean, the prologue, obviously, right at the beginning of the game, we wanted to throw you into the events, and the world that we've built over the course of the last 3 years is a world that's in absolute chaos. And so the prologue is, I guess, a reflection of that.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
you definitely get thrown into the deep end, and that's intentional.
Mhm.
Yep. We didn't want to swamp players with a whole bunch of backstory and lore and all this sort of stuff. Because one, that's hard for newcomers to the franchise, and it's also it's not really representative of what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, it's a situation where there isn't a ton of time for people to talk. Now, one of the things we did do quite consciously is once we get through the prologue, and basically almost immediately after where we're going to end today, which is the founding of the Inquisition. You're put out and you're able to kind of explore and talk to a bunch of people and say, hey, what did you think about this? There's even one of my favorite moments where you end up where someone asks you like, well, tell me more about your background and tell me about what work you did. You're a Canary, so you're a mercenary. What did you do? All those things they explore, but they explore kind of in a time when it feels a little more paced. Hopefully that works for folks. I enjoy it personally. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything's there, right? Like, you've got the main stuff. It's easy for the newcomers, but all the lore is still available for people who want to dive into.
Exactly. So we'll go through. I think I might do default head for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We've shown the character creator.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just go with this one touch. We'll default name for today.
Cool. So this is a really interesting scene because it's, you sort of revisit this a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of mystery involved in this, so we don't want to spoil this part of it
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, exactly what's going on here is actually something that keeps coming up. And I think it deliberately sets a really interesting stage for players to go, well, what was that? And then people keep asking, what do you think that was? Which I think actually helps drive that point home that it's not clear to the player.
Yeah.
Also, our time to really grow spiders is like an all-time low.
Yeah. I know that Dragon Age always has these spiders, right? So you might as well put them right in front.
Well, that Trevor Morris knows how to hit a stinger, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
What do you mean everyone's dead?
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you. Call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the Breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the Breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
I understand.
Then...
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
All right, so we didn't really want to talk over the cutscenes. One of my favorite things out of that entire opening is actually seeing the breach in the lip shine of your character. It's like, what wizardry did that?
Yeah.
So again, for those of you just joining us, we are playing through the prologue. It is going to be a little spoilery.
Full of spoilers.
Yeah. As well, game opens with a pretty hard start, and as we wanted to point out, I mentioned earlier that this is deliberately kind of a off-putting opening in the sense that your character doesn't really know what's happening either.
That's right.
And the context comes as you play through and as you proceed through. So we'll see a lot of that grow here, and then even more when you get into kind of the free open explore stuff.
Yep.
A lot of people were asking about that. Hey, it seems like weird. Like I wouldn't spend an hour walking around the conclave, and I'm like, we actually experimented with that. We thought about that as an idea. It really brought the pacing down, and we wanted to really focus on the Inquisition, not the time before the Inquisition.
Yeah, very true. And so much of a lot of the story revolves around the mystery of all of this as well. So having that sense of not knowing exactly what's going on at the beginning suits that.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, I bet you know what? I bet there was a perfectly good beginning where you did it more.
True. Yep.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yep.
Stay behind me.
So just while we're paused, one thing I want to point out is I do have a bow because I chose archer at the beginning.
Yes.
As a rogue, I could equip daggers. I can absolutely level up in that talent tree if I want.
Yep.
But this starting weapon, really one of our goals for this opening experience was to be able to get you playing your character right from moment one. So starting talents, starting weaponry is determined by that. You can respec later. You can change it up if you want.
Yep.
In fact, last night I was talking with Melanie, my wife, and she was playing, and she was like, well, I don't know. I'm not digging this sword and shield war. I'm like, well, respec her.
Yeah,
You can
change
switch.
it.
It works.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is why I have a bow right now,
Yep.
just for those.
And interesting, when we at one point in development in the prologue, this is actually where you picked your class.
Yep.
There was different types of weapons on the ground, and you could sort of choose between them. But we decided to pull that in a little bit earlier.
I'm gonna enter stealth here. Lose his aggro. Break him off. Ideally, bring him close to Cassandra. Now, this is actually new. Being able to strafe while doing shot and run.
Yep.
I'm also playing on hard, so the enemy's got a fair chunk of hit points. This is obviously not going to be the most challenging fight in the game, being number one.
No.
Now I just feel like doing some taunting. There we go. Bought myself a little bit of time there.
Really just a very basic intro to the game.
Yep. Yeah,
all
just
you're
start,
really
get
doing
used to
is
it.
pulling the trigger on the Xbox One or holding it down to
Yep.
keep attacking.
Yeah, actually holding it's
over.
like way more comfortable for me.
Yep.
Drop your weapon. Now.
If you're going to lead me through a demon-infested valley, you'll have to trust me.
Give me one reason to trust you.
Because my life is on the line.
You're right. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
All right,
Some
so
potions now.
yeah, but one thing I want to show off, just so deliberately picked on hard when I started, because here's the thing: some folks have asked about this. Is this still in? Yes, it is. Real-time change to overall difficulty.
Yep.
In the interest of getting through a little bit faster, I want to actually confirm this out. Fight's going to take a little bit less time. It's not going to be as hard, but it's one of those things I just want to make sure people knew. Hey, shit, I'm out of my depth or whatever. I can change
Where are
that.
all your soldiers?
So I'm a little hurt. Drink a potion.
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
And just getting people used to the idea of inventory and looting. We can dive in here. And of course, Canary use different headgear than everyone else does.
Yep. I actually think I turned off.
Get the VTAR. Oh, it's off? Okay, that's
yeah.
fine. That's fine. I still get the stats from it, right? So
Yep.
my attack overall goes up, doing more damage.
Because you have an option to change to turn off headgear.
Yeah, hide helmet,
So,
global
hide helmet,
setting
yep.
for all party members, for sure. Yeah, so this environment, quite nice. We probably spent the most time in the lighting in this space to
Yeah,
try and get that
absolutely, yeah.
kind of like dark apocalyptic thing.
Yeah. And the ice is just gorgeous.
Oh, it is. Now, here's a fun thing. I really enjoy doing this, especially here when I've got Cassandra. Just attack my target, send her in, let her get aggro,
Yep.
then start the fight. So I'm up high, get a nice perch, good distance shot. Break one of them off, no problem. But she's able to hold them pretty comfortably down there while I'm pinging from up high.
And if you get in trouble, then you can just enter stealth and
Yep.
off you go.
Now they're going down a lot easier now because we moved down to normal. Normally I play on hard, personally, but interesting time.
Now look at that ice. It's just incredible.
Yeah. Like the fact you can see the breach reflected in it.
Yeah. And the depth to it.
Yeah.
Right. There was another time when there was parts of the prologue where the ice would break and you could fall in.
Yeah, and I think that's something I'd like to re-explore. It didn't work here because it felt like
Well, it's just taken away from the main part of the prologue.
yeah,
Right?
but at some point I think we need some more treacherous ice in this game.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that little green thing that you just killed is a new creature.
Yep, that's Wraith.
Yep. So, one of the things in the prologue, you need to give some really basic kind of enemies, and the shades are a great example of that. Obviously, it suits.
Looks like we need to pause, reset the stream because of flickering. Okay, well, guys, we want you to have your best experience. We're going to do that right now. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Hang tight.
Yep. Do you want to say? We are.
In theory, we're back.
Yes.
We were back once before, but that wasn't real.
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully that fixed the flickering.
Let's find out.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, before we got rudely interrupted by technology. The robots are rising up. These
Cameron.
little wraiths are a new creature that we added in, another sort of simple creature type, basic creature type, along with the shades. Give some variety to the prologue.
You know, Sarah, this is kind of nice. The presentation on locking on gives you a nice view of your target. While locked on, you can use your right stick to kind of flick to move between targets. Anyone who's played Dark Souls will be very familiar with that style of targeting. It's one where I thought they did just a fantastic job.
Yep. Great for the archer.
Yeah. It offsets differently in melee. When you're up close, the camera will behave differently because of your range. But the archer will offset this nice kind of side shoulder, almost third person kind of feel. Third person shooter almost. Now, Sarah, I'm not doing a ton of damage with that X attack. That's actually a shot which does more damage based on range. So you'll notice that's why I was able to one-shot some of those shades just right up front.
So you need to hold back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's better to send Cassandra in. That's nice. That's increase your research item. So I got a quest, which is keep it for later. That's something I'll be able to hand in. Collect enough of those for each class of creature, you're able to do more damage to them.
Yep.
And you gain power because the Inquisition does the research and your troops are better at it. Other mechanics, you'll see banter obviously firing between me and Cassandra, and she's developed Guard, so she's got extra health from having fought correctly using her abilities.
That's right.
Shield walls and taunts and so on. Now here again, pull in. I want to try and get range if possible. There you go, get the big hits. That was a crit too. You can tell by the big number in the screen shake. Thanks, Cassandra. You're a buddy.
did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
I closed that thing? How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Then I owe you my thanks.
Thank me if we manage to close the breach without killing you in the process. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
We reworked that scene a lot.
Yes.
that one was good. Everyone introducing themselves and so on. Great moment for character, I think. I love Solus's little like, and it seemed I was right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're such a smarty
and
pants.
Cassandra's little sneer at Varys.
Yeah. No, it's good. Just trying to give people a good sense of that. Now, this, of course, gives us a party. So coming up, we're going to run into, how to use TACCAM, how do you control the party, and basic, kind of tutorial on party control like this.
Yep. And jump. We just did a jump.
Jump!
Jump
That's
for
right.
the first time in a Dragon Age game. Thank God.
There it is. All right. So again, this is a nice spot for like, okay, let's all focus fire. Who do I want to target? Maybe.
This is the tougher one.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Let's take this guy out
Okay.
first. Everybody on him. All right. So TACCAM lets us dive in here, get in. Nice tutorials, walking us through it. And of course, you can see everybody piling on this guy to attack. He's just going to get torn apart. That was nice. You notice Cassandra, even though she's still got that guy as her target, taunted this guy, which is a nice touch. And of course, pulling TACCAM up, getting that nice kind of overview. But, carry back on. All right, so now here, obviously, I'm going to want to focus on these guys, take them out. I could use TACCAM, I could use lock on, I could do a little attack my target here to get everybody else on it. We want to try and take out those range guys because this Greater Shade, he's tough. He's tough as all
Yeah,
heck.
he's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, and you can see with the big coxcomb and stuff, it changes the shape, so characters tend to be kind of representative of the relative difficulty.
Now you got a shatter combo there as well. So
Yep.
Shade was frozen, and then someone did a knockdown type
Yeah,
of
that's
ability.
because of Solus. Now Cassandra and any character that has an ability that can sort of detonate like a stun state or a knockdown state, they will look for those kind of actively. And if they're allowed to use the ability, it will trigger their AI. Now down here, there's actually an alternate encounter, nice little cheat for some folks, some bonus loot and stuff.
Yep.
Gets you a little bonus banner, but I'm going to let people discover that one on their own.
Yeah.
I'll let you know it's down there.
So since you're playing on hard now, Mike.
No, I moved it to normal.
Oh, you moved it to normal.
Yep.
Well, when playing on hard, do you get better loot out of that?
No, we didn't build it for that. I think hard is essentially it's about challenge. So if you start getting better loot, that starts removing that challenge. What we did do though is this is the first DA game to actually have kind of difficulty-based achievements. So if you're into that kind of thing, there is an achievement for hard. There's also an achievement for nightmare. And the way they work is essentially a high water mark. So if you've ever gone below nightmare, like if you dip from nightmare to hard, then it will give you the hard achievement. If you go on down to normal again, you'll just get the hey, you beat the game, good job achievement. Get out of here. Oh, there we go. If I had that ability ready, I could have shattered that guy.
Right.
Alas, thankfully it looked like Cassandra was on top of it.
We're
Alright.
getting closer to this breach.
Yep. Kind of constantly making our way there.
Yep.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
So we took great pains to make sure the prologue wasn't too mired in, like, wait, I have to understand everything about Liliana. She's resourceful. She's the lady in purple.
That's right.
That's kind of what you need to know, and more information around that becomes available as we go.
So this is the first sort of introduction to the player closing a Fade Rift on their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is definitely a mechanic in the game. Closing down these rifts throughout the world helps build up influence and power for the Inquisition, bring stability to the region.
Hurry! Use the mark!
Now there are different levels of these Fade Rifts. This was a very basic one, which just had the single wave of enemies there. Multiple waves can happen in some of the tougher
Yeah,
rifts
absolutely.
as well.
Oh, let's see here.
Where are we gonna go?
I think I'm in a place where you'll notice while I'm fighting, you know, I'm not being super aggressive about aggro management and stuff. Again, playing on normal. He says like a guy who plays on normal. So what I'm gonna do is grab the caltrops because these are a nice kind of like countermeasure. They slow enemies down, plus they also do damage, so
Yep.
it can be very useful both offensively and defensively.
Yep.
Pick that up. Once I apply it, it'll get mapped to my quick menu. I can remap it if I want to. I probably do because that's kind of a thing I like to do. So again, single press A, move it up there. I get it in both spots now.
Yep.
I can replace, overwrite, whatever I want to do. I've used it in right button before, so that becomes kind of a muscle memory thing.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra. We are clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Some nice mountainy vistas here. Now, so people have asked about, you know, refilling potions and stuff. There are means by which you can refill, even when you're not at a camp, you don't have access to it. Those caches will get you access to them. Yep.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Alright, we've got a bit of a choice now, Mike.
Yeah, so this is what happens when there's going to be direct action taken from choices. We got a lot of feedback from DA2. It's like, wait, I didn't know I was going to punch that guy in the face or what have you. So when it's like this, we'll choose a path or whatever. These are kind of a major choice. You can turn this off if you want to lose the bonus information, but it does give you a good sense. Now, the nice thing is followers continue to react according to this. It helps you kind of gauge their moral compass. Varric's a people person. You may not know that here, but it gives you a good sense. Cassandra tends to be all about directness and action.
Yeah.
And of course, we can investigate and ask further questions.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I mean, this is the first time that the player really takes on somewhat of a leadership role, and the game is very much about leadership because you become the Inquisitor
Well,
to lead this large organization.
Growing leadership too,
Absolutely.
right? Like, and you know, even as simple as watching out, you know, she's gone from screaming in pain to okay, I've got this, but wow, that hurts. it does create a nice flow as you
I say we try.
rise to authority.
I
Absolutely.
won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
I always laugh. That poor guy.
Yeah, he's not having a great day there.
Alright, so you've got a party still that you can order around. Did you want to, like, there's a couple of shades here. Do you want to use your party a little bit?
I sure do. All right, so at this point we're in a fairly easy one, so we'll move Cassandra in there. I think what we'll do is we'll pull Solus back over here. Varric probably, yeah, there will give him a good line of fire into there. So Varric, this guy. So Cass and Varric, the original odd couple, teaming up, and then of course using the tactics I can very smoothly do this. Now my character's entered stealth, gives her a nice thing. We've got her frozen. Let's see. Long shot's still lined up. We may be able to get a shatter.
Boom.
Oh, there we go.
Lovely.
Alright, good. So Solus is on that. Let's use him. Again, fairly easy combats, playing on normal, start of the game. Don't want to overwhelm anyone. But we do want to make sure you get a kind of a growing sense of menace. So we'll see some nasty stuff come out of the rift soon. There you go. Good. Now, there's one thing you can do with the rifts, if you can, and rogues can be very powerful at this, or anyone that can manage aggro very well, is you can disrupt them. Now, this is kind of high risk because it actually tweaks your aggro, so it makes it more dangerous for you. But once that goes off, you can actually do a blast of damage, stun the foes. You'll end up with a whole bunch of them. So that allowed me to take those out. Second wave, this will be tougher, but it'll let me go through that first wave fairly quickly. However, in the tougher fights, they often will come gunning for you the moment you start doing that, and you can be interrupted.
Again, we'll play it on normal difficulty at this point.
Yep.
For those of you just joining us.
Oh, that scream is good. Cassandra got the interrupt on there.
But those eruptions will knock you down as well.
They will.
So you've got to
They
sort
will.
of maneuver around these.
Yeah, you don't
these
want to.
fade rifts.
You don't want to linger on them.
Nope.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoner's doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
You're not the only one hoping that.
We'll see soon enough, won't we? The way to the temple should be clear. Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
Now, Mike, that was Cullen, and Cullen's doing something very special at the moment.
Yeah,
You know what that is?
Yeah, I saw it was traveling. So someone started a Movember page?
Yes.
Is that, yeah. So growing a mustache for men's cancer, below the belt cancers, I guess it would be.
Yes.
So
Cullen is joining the Bioware team for that.
That's
I think
pretty
There's
wacky.
already some donations for Cullen, so that's
yeah,
great.
we'll have to get character art to get a big like lamb chops. Yeah, get something huge on there.
you're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm not sure how to even start getting up to that thing.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
I remember there was an alternate version of that line. One of the ones where the player said where it was a little much, but the player was something like, "What you gotta do? Load me in a catapult and fire me in there?" And it was just like,
Yeah, that's a Varric line.
it felt a little, it felt a little off tone. So
Yep.
we decided to move it off to player.
Yep. So for those of you who just joined us, we're playing through the first hour of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yep.
So if you don't want to see spoilers, tune out.
Yes, go away.
Yeah.
Well, there goes our viewership.
I see it, Varric.
Now Varric has a history with Red Lyrium, of
Magic
course.
could have drawn on Lyrium
There's a
and
full game's worth of history. With
Oh
Red
yeah.
Lyrium.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
That is a nice broken wall.
That is divine Justinian.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run while you can! Want them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Canary.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Wow. Okay. Alright, so this is, I guess, the ground zero for the big explosion that occurred at the Chantry. And this big Fade Rift here is, as they were talking about, it's the key to this big breach in the sky. So, attempting to close it at this point.
Did you see me dodge that?
I did see
it
you
was like
dodge
his
that.
Yamato cannon.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Now, I know that if we use the disruption mechanic we talked about earlier, we can take him down. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Cassandra, for that helpful hint.
The first couple of times I played through this, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even playing with any audio. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah. This guy is impossible because
Yeah.
the thing is, he can regenerate his guard.
Yep.
Oh, incoming. Yeah. That would have been nice to have a roll. I haven't bought it yet though.
No.
But yeah, he's bad news. He's all kinds of bad news. As you can see, worse, he slows you with that too. So once you get his attention, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Now, another opportunity to disrupt here. See if I can pull this off. We probably have some ads coming in because, again, demons will continue to spawn.
Yep.
We got him just before he blasted me. Did you see that? He was all lined up.
So here's some of those ads you mentioned.
Yep.
So some more demons coming through the rifts.
Now, for Inquisition, we've moved away from kind of unlimited wave combat. I know some people are pretty leery about that from DA2. I agree. I think it got a little chaotic. It meant you didn't really have, you know, your aggro control and stuff like you wanted. That would have been very nice to be moving faster. At least I'm out of his whip range. All right, so now's a good time to disrupt. He's far enough away. I think Cass has got him taunted.
So essentially, you're in control of the different stages of this fight.
Yeah, how do you move it along? And of course, we have the classic blue rings, right? Our different allies. They are viable targets for him.
Now, ground rings are interesting because we didn't have ground rings for a long time.
Yeah,
you know, we were always planning to put them in, of course, but then when they finally went in, it was like a cheer went up in the studio.
Oh, I remember that.
Makes
Yeah,
so much difference.
That was for E3 as we were working on E3.
Yep.
So I'm going to move my, you notice he's doing a lot of like sweeping cone attack stuff.
Yes.
Move my range characters, which I have 3 of now, a little further out of line so that Cassandra can be right in there. Wow. Hey, how you doing? That's where you should be, right?
Fair
She's
enough.
tanky.
She is the tank, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing pretty well here. Not too damaged, so I'm pretty happy with how this flow is going. I could probably risk running in there and tossing caltrops, but we'll see if I'm feeling brave.
Yeah. Well, maybe save it for the ads.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea actually. Now he's got to build that. That would be the move out of the way. Yep. Oh, there's Cass taking it. Now, she'll drink health potions up to a point. You can control how many she drinks and how aggressive she is with that, but looks like Solus. No, it wasn't Solus. Must have been one of the archers. All right, so again, I can drop another Disrupt. This may be enough to... Because it does some damage as well. This is maybe enough to take him down. No, it's going to be darn close. Oh!
Yeah, no.
Oh, he has like a sliver of health left.
The ads, though.
Yeah, we're going to have to do another round of Disrupts. Probably more ads coming in.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm feeling gutsy.
Yep. So you can see that Cassandra keeps building up her guard, and Solus keeps putting barrier on her as well. So she's quite well defended in this counter.
Yeah, and I think that's you know, it's important that even at the lower levels, the characters be able to do what they need to get their job done. As you start to build and get your kind of your specializations and kind of tuning your party, you have a lot more control over that. Even let's see if I can get a good hit in there. Oh, he's tough. Yeah, level 4 elite, right? That's what that skull underneath the 4 on the lock-on there is. Good to hit. He's almost down. So close. There we go. Now we can finish this.
Yep.
Do it!
Tense.
Indeed. Now, we just actually got a message.
We did, yes. We got a message from the studio's art director, Neil Thompson, saying that he's already way ahead of us in terms of creating moustaches for Cullen's Movember initiative.
That makes me so happy.
Does.
I'm kind of verklempt.
Yeah?
The feels.
The feels?
Yeah.
All the feels. You got to do this, though, apparently.
I did with one hand. I'm holding a controller, man. I don't want to whack myself in the face.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake. I swear.
Don't worry about it. I
beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Then the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Put our armor back on and resume adventure mode.
Indeed. So it seems like you've done something to the rift.
Yep.
And then caused another big explosion, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
Woken up again.
We stabilize it. This was a nice touch. This is actually Jason Hill, one of our. He was on a Twitch stream about a month ago. So yeah, Jason did a lot of work on the hubs and stuff, and so she drops this box. The box was just sitting there, and we were talking. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna put some healing stuff in there because that just makes sense. Yep. She's bringing a load of herbs,
which we can use to make healing potions or tonics or grenades.
The upgrades,
sort of alchemy.
So when I was in Australia, it was funny. One guy was like, so I got to this part, and then I just bunny hopped my way through there. How does that make you feel? And I was like, fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's your game. You bought it. It's up to you if you want to undercut the gravitas. That's fine. You have that privilege and that right. So there, the breach has changed. Doesn't have that big, line of energy coming down, but obviously still pretty prominent, like bright as the sun kind of thing.
Yep.
As well, this is it's such a subtle touch, but I love it. The level artist completely changed the lighting tone and color, so it's a lot warmer. It's a lot more welcoming than it was during that kind of apocalyptic phase.
That's right.
Which I think is a nice touch.
To the breach now.
Yeah, and the music comes in a lot softer and stuff. So it's just trying to set a mood.
So of course, this is Haven.
Yeah,
so Haven was in Dragon Age Origins.
Yes, and it's been rebuilt. There's still little traces of some of the old stuff. If we'd gone the other route, you actually would have seen some of the tunnels through the mountains, evocative of the Origins stuff. But yeah, obviously the Chantry moved in force. It's 10 years after Origins. They've had time to kind of rebuild, retool, and wipe out the crazy cult that lived here.
Yeah.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
No, she is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
So a couple notes here. Obviously, this one's come up. Wait, do I have to be kind of this holy figure? You sure don't.
No,
not mandatory.
Not.
We've talked about this before, but I think it's worth reinforcing. Some people are like, I don't want to be holy. It's like, good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting topic throughout the whole game, because not only can you say, hey, I'm not holy, but there is that doubt with the rest of the people in the world, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
It's a really interesting topic.
Yeah, you may have the somewhat deific. I can't say words.
No,
today.
you can't.
You might have the superpower of being able to load your save, though. So there is that. But the other notable, actually, I just realized, I don't think, have we done any streams with female dwarf or female canary?
We've done no streams, but we did a lot of E3 stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because this is Somali and our other female inquisitor. So obviously we've been playing with her the whole time. I just realized we hadn't really called that out. So
You realize I'm Kunari.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
Notable, the Inquisition is not part of the Church. Is not actually particularly wanted by the Church.
No, you're a group that stands alone and stands aside from all of this.
A bunch of rebels who just want to get the job done.
Absolutely.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
That's our opening. We're going to go through the last little bit here.
I think so, yeah. It gives me chills every time, that whole sequence of scenes there.
It's the music.
It is the music. Music's brilliant. So there you go, Mike.
These are really, really nice headphones.
They are. Really
Thanks, Logitech.
Yeah.
Now, so yeah, that takes us to the end of the opening, and from here, the world plunges into tons of freedom, chance for you to explore Haven. You can talk to every single one of the major characters, get to know them, dig into your own background.
Absolutely, the world opens up at this point.
Yep.
So the prologue took you through the major part of the sort of Prospect Mountains and Haven and the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Got you up to speed on some of the major events in the game, and then now the world opens up. So now you can go and explore the world, get lost, do different things, do crafting. You can chase down the major quests.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a nice kind of rapid tutorial where we tried to blend a mix of action and getting you understanding the mechanics and getting the story at least kicked off.
Yep.
And then I think what the joy is then going, okay, wow. Now what? And then the game basically looks at you, go, I don't know, you tell me.
Yep.
And starter quests and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, yeah, anyway, that was it. Thank you so much for checking it out, guys. We got a few, I guess, bookkeeping notes coming up on Wednesday. We're going to do another multiplayer stream. I was away for the last one. I heard it went pretty well. So you'll be able to check out some new multiplayer characters. I think the guys got their battle strategy planned, so they're going to do some cool teamwork stuff.
Yeah, a little bit more advanced this time.
Cool, good. Hopefully playing on harder difficulty. And then EA Access is starting
on the 13th.
13th. Okay, so officially, if you have an Xbox One and you've bought into the EA Access program, you get access to the first 6 hours.
First 6 hours. So locked into the prologue and then the hinterlands, which is one of the big exploration areas in the game, and of course multiplayer as well.
Yeah. Now my understanding is your progress that you have when you go through that early access is saved, and that save file loads right into the real game when it unlocks.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
I think that'll be pretty cool for people that are starting there. For everyone else, when are we out?
So 18th in North America and the 20th in Europe.
That's right. This is I don't know about you, but this is the last week where you're just like, I hope nothing explodes.
Yeah.
B, obviously reviews are going to start coming out fairly soon.
Very soon.
So that's like waiting for the baby.
Yes,
in a
it
way.
is.
Every time review week comes, you know what runs through my brain? Omar coming, right? Like it's just this terrifying event.
Really?
It's like, I hope it goes well.
I oscillate between wanting to sit there and constantly hit F5, right?
Yeah.
Doing that and just turning off my phone and drinking.
Yeah, actually, maybe you could do both, right? Just hit F5, but not actually see anything. It's tough, but I mean,
but it's the most rewarding part of game development.
It is. I mean, it's the end. It's the end. And again, obviously, I'm hoping people enjoy the game. But the nice part is, reviews are one of the best sources of critique. Like, this could have been better. And again, we tend to look at this as the first step on a journey for Dragon Age. This is all new tech. We had to rebuild everything from the ground up.
Absolutely.
So there's still so much more we can do with this.
And we'll be constantly supporting the game, of course. You know, with patches and free multiplayer DLC and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. For those of you who are thinking about pre-ordering, pre-order bonuses are up. You can see them on DragonAge.com, and your retailer of choice will outline them as well. You still have about a week to do that. And then I think we're just about done, but we're gonna close out on that new awesome Iron Bull.
Yes, the new Iron Bull trailer, because Bull is just awesome.
Why did it have to be demons? I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why it had to be Freddie Prinze Jr. He is so clearly into the game. His Twitter stream's just like, check out me and fun bull quotes. I'm like, thank you, Freddie. You're a good man. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a great. Wait, is it Monday?
It's Monday.
God, I'm so jet lagged. Have a great whatever day it is. And again, tell your friends if you want to give them an evaluation whether or not this is too spoilery or not enough and whatever. Anyway, this is Mike and
Cam.
Yeah, saying goodbye.